We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indiefusion Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Bandana Cheyenna. How's it going?
Hello, everybody.
Excited to have you here.
It's going good. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to sit down and chat a little bit, get to know you a little bit more. And I've been listening to your music all day. I've been sitting at the office, like working and whatnot. And so getting the opportunity to listen to your music has been absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh, thanks for listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
You did your homework.
I try. I really do try. So
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's everything been going? How's life been treating you recently?
Life's been good. I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things in Nashville because I was overseas in Europe on a writing trip for a few weeks. So that was super exciting. I was getting into writing a bit of like chill house and EDM music for other artists. So kind of outside of my normal country genre, but now I'm like settling back into Nashville, and it feels good to be home.
Nice. And so where are you from originally?
I'm from Ohio.
Okay.
Pickerington, Ohio. It's a little suburb outside Columbus.
Okay, nice. Yeah, my dad used to work in Dayton.
Okay, yeah, I know right where that is.
Yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge of Ohio, other than the one random trip to Ohio I made in college, or it's Cleveland. Nice. So
there's not a ton. If you've been to Cleveland, I think their claim to fame is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
I didn't even get to do that when I was there. I was shooting a documentary for a school project that I was working on, and I was literally there for 36 hours. Didn't sleep for 72 hours and went there and back all in one shot.
Oh my God.
It was a grind and potentially dangerous.
That sounds like, well, you got the short and sweet version of Ohio, I guess.
Right. So how long have you been in Nashville?
So I got here in 2017.
Okay.
Crazy to say that. Oh my gosh. 2017, I was 18 years old, and I always knew I wanted to move here and try to be a songwriter. So yeah, right when I was 18, I came, and I have been here sort of ever since. I went to LA for a while and then came back. So yeah.
I guess I got to ask, how was the LA stint?
Yes. Honestly, it was really tough for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like Nashville's very similar to Ohio, and just LA was like a whole different world. I was in a bit of a culture shock. And then it was also before I was signed as a writer. So just cost of living, like I had like so many different jobs, and I hardly actually had time for music, which is why I moved there. So I don't know. I think it's a really cool place to visit, but I didn't personally enjoy living there as a songwriter. But
it's expensive to live in California, period, let alone LA. Like, I'm sure California is like here expensive, LA is like here expensive. So
yeah. And you do have like the mountains and the beach, which is so nice, but I enjoy visiting now. I wouldn't want to live there full time, I think.
Fair. Very fair. I'm kind of on that boat with Nashville right now, where for the longest time, it was like, okay, the goal is to get to Nashville, like do the podcast, do all this in Nashville. It'll be great. But now it's just kind of like Nashville has gotten so expensive, and there are so many podcasts that are based out of Nashville. It's like, I can go to Nashville, do the industry stuff. I can do CRS, CMA Fest, Americana. I can do anything I want to do. And then I can stay where
Yeah.
I'm at here in Texas and just kind of enjoy it.
You're so right. What part of Texas are you in?
So I'm in Waco.
Okay.
So
I don't, not familiar.
so if you look at Dallas in North Texas and then Austin, Waco is the direct so when you go from Dallas to Austin, you jump on 35. Waco is in the direct middle, like halfway in between the two.
Nice.
So,
Okay, cool. You can get to both fairly easily.
oh
That's
yes.
nice.
Oh yeah. Well, taking 35 isn't an easy trip, but yes, in theory, yes you can. So,
The traffic.
yes, yes, yes. And it's always under construction. Doesn't matter what time of year or where you're at, there's some form of it that's under construction. And yeah,
Always.
always,
I feel
always.
that.
So you've been back, or I guess technically you've been back in Nashville now for a bit. So did you get signed and then move back to Nashville, or did you move back to Nashville and then get signed?
I actually got signed while I was living on the road. So that kind of enabled me to move back to Nashville. What happened was I was here for about 5 years, and then I did LA for about 1 year. And while I was there, that's when I wrote my big claim to fame song, Austin by Dasha. And at the time, though, it wasn't out. So I was still working two restaurant jobs. I was exhausted, hardly had time for sessions. Like, luckily, I had that one session that was great.
Yeah.
But I ended up leaving LA and I just did like car life. So I was kind of doing a nomad life journey through the
Nice.
West.
Yeah.
And I was in Colorado when, yeah, I think Lakewood, Colorado, when it all kind of started popping off. And so then publishers began reaching out to me and I was like, this is it, let's go. I signed my deal while I was still in Colorado and then I moved back to Nashville and hit the ground running and started writing with a ton of new artists. So
Nice.
it was like a crazy journey.
Nice. Living that nomad lifestyle is literally my dream right now. It's like if I could just get myself to a point where I could do that for a year and just kind of go wherever I want to go, that it would be like,
Yes.
and like I say a year with the intent of maybe it being longer, but realizing like after a year, it's probably like, okay, I did what I wanted to do. Now let's go be normal.
I mean, maybe, but yeah, I do know a lot of people who start van life or like car life
Mhm.
and they just fall in love with it. It just depends, I think, on your personality and, if you want to fit in with regular society or if you're okay with that kind of lifestyle.
Oh yeah, it was funny though because yesterday I was at my day job, and so we did like this trunk or treat thing, and our boss was like, "All right, everybody, guess what my Halloween costume is going to be for the trunk or treat thing tonight." And I'm like, "Okay," and they gave us a clue, and I was like, "Willie Nelson, cool." And so he's like, cool, you get to pick something from this closet. And I picked out a blanket and I'm like, everybody's like, why'd you take a blanket? I'm like, you know how often I sleep in my freaking car because I'm on the road? This blanket is going to come in so clutch because it's fleece. It's nice. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, you don't get a hotel room? And I'm like, when you only have 4 to 6 hours to actually sleep, getting a hotel room is kind of a moot point.
Yeah, so true. So you already are doing car life.
Yeah.
Like, what's the extra step?
Right? It's just like, all right, I think selling everything is kind of that extra step that I'm not right because I've had a lot of stuff I've had for a very long time and it's like I don't want to get rid of it, but I'm gonna have
I
to.
feel that. Yes. Honestly, I feel like like our conversation is a sign for you because I, yeah, something changes in you when you let go of everything and
Mhm.
just start this adventure. Like,
Yep.
I'm actually writing an album about this experience, and it's called The Artist's Pilgrimage.
Nice.
And I think it's like when you do something drastic like that, it is some sort of pilgrimage of the soul. It's like when you feel the need to get rid of everything and just go wander. It's like you're gonna learn so much about yourself, and like there's a reason you want to do that, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah,
But it's so scary, but it's so worth it. You should
right.
do it.
I I'm currently working on getting a job set up to where it's like 100% remote, and once that happens, that's going to be the tipping point, because it's like right now I've got a decent job that pays okay, and I'm been there for a while, so I'm kind of comfortable. But I feel like if I got a remote job and just can kind of flip things upside down.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
even get a remote job when I did it. I just like worked and saved up as much as I could at the restaurant. And so when I left LA, I just had a little bit of savings. And then I also ended up working as a cleaning lady in Colorado to get by before the song
Yeah.
popped off. So it's just like, I don't know. It's a crazy story.
I feel like you probably are itching a little bit to get back out and do the van thing and live out on the road and do that thing.
I won't lie, just today I was looking at some of my postcards on my wall and I'm like, oh, I miss Colorado. Like there's something about it, something about the mountains and being so just kind of disconnected from the hustle and bustle. I just love, yeah, I love nomad life.
Fair. Very fair. Very, very fair. So where are you kind of at creatively right now? I know you got your songwriter side of you that you write music for other people, but then you've also got your own music. How do you kind of find that balance between the two of them? Where's kind of your main focus? Like all those types of fun questions.
Yes. Right now, I'm kind of in the process of finding a balance
Okay.
because when I first signed my deal and I moved back to Nashville, I was like, okay, we're hitting the ground running. We're gonna write as much for other people as possible to really piggyback off the success of Austin. But through that, I kind of realized like I've been on this insane pilgrimage, you know, as we just talked about. And my whole life, I've been on this creative journey of like believing something would happen someday. And so I realized I do really want to lean into my artistry as my first and foremost thing, because I do have a story to tell. And I feel like it could be inspiring for a lot of people to hear it. So yeah, I'm trying to find the balance right now. I feel like my plan was always kind of to break in as a writer first and then use that momentum to kind of help my own artistry. But it is, yeah, it's tough to balance both. And I love it so much, but sometimes if I pour too much time into writing for other people, I'm a little bit depleted and like I don't have the motivation to work on my own stuff. So it's definitely like an ongoing, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is just kind of like how my brain operates, because I have that same kind of issue where everything I do is so creative. Like at my day job, I do marketing and advertising, which is super creative. And then I've got this and like the film stuff that I do. And it's like finding that balance of the two. It's like, all right, where do I put more of my creative energy? Because both of them require it. And it gets very draining. Do you find that if you're writing music for like different, like not your personal music, like you have your personal project, but if you're writing for, say, I don't know, like Chevelle or like insert some random rock band, if it's like a different genre, is that less or more depleting for you?
That is less depleting because it feels like I'm flexing a different muscle. Like, it's just so out of the box. It
Yeah.
becomes so fun
Yeah.
and it kind of reignites my spark. So, yeah, like I said, I was just in Europe writing a bunch of dance and like EDM
Yeah.
and DJ tracks, which is so random for me, but I loved it so much and it got me really excited.
Nice.
So,
Now,
yeah.
when you're writing music for other artists, will you know who you're writing for, or you just know I'm writing this specific genre and then you find out later?
It kind of depends. Sometimes the artist will not be in the room and we'll have a pitch sheet that
Mhm.
says, oh, this artist is looking for songs, this artist is. So we'll write with that intention and then pitch the song to them later.
Got-
But the pitch game is really tough. So ideally, I would be writing with the artist in the room
Gotcha.
because when the artist is in the room, it's easier to like tailor the song to them, and you just have a better chance of the song getting cut because the artist was part of it and they have a percentage on the song as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely just varies.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I've always been intrigued by songwriters and like how that all works. Because I know, like in the sync world, when you're pitching music for like movies and stuff, it's just it could go kind of both ways. Like you write your own song and then they just pick that up, or like a pitch type situation where they're like, "We're looking for this type of song," and then you just kind of pitch what you got for them. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely sounds similar. It can go either way.
Yeah, nice. So, as far as your personal music, I know you just released a single not too long. Was it last week? Coming up on a week?
Yes, yes.
How's that?
Tomorrow will be a week.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was like, all right, math time. Let's do date math and try and figure that one out. But
Yeah.
it's called Against the Grain. What's the story behind this song?
This song, it started as just a title in my notes. I'm kind of a concept writer, so I will usually have a running list of like titles or phrases, and I'm like, ooh, that's a cool title. I want to build a song off of that. So this, I don't remember where I got the title Against the Grain, to
Mhm.
be honest, but I had it for probably a year in my phone because I just love what that phrase means, like to go kind of against the system and against the norms that are set, and like be a rebel and be a trailblazer. So I just felt like that really encompasses who I am. And the day we decided to write it, it was me and my friend Adam Wendler. And he's a phenomenal guitarist and writer. And our first session that we ever met was Austin by Dasha. So, like, we have gone on to have a great collaboration on many other songs. And Against the Grain, he just got it because we both have been on this like creative journey of going against the grain our
Yeah.
entire lives, like believing and just persevering against all the odds that something will happen. And then Austin changed both of our lives. So I feel like this song, Against the Grain, we were kind of writing from that perspective of like, wow, like we did that. And
Mhm.
it really all paid off to go like all these years just believing that something would happen. So yeah, this song is definitely one of my favorites.
Nice. Yeah, it's a really good song. I enjoyed listening to it. It got replayed a couple times today, so it
Aw,
definitely grabbed
thank
my attention.
you.
Now, is this all leading to like another album, EP, LP, or are you kind of like in singles one track right now?
It's definitely leading up to an album.
Okay.
So, like I said, I have this idea called The Artist's
Mhm.
Pilgrimage. And it's kind of going to start with God and the Crickets, like my song that I just released about leaving home and like just leaving with nothing but a dream. And then Against the Grain and all these different songs that kind of take you through the highs and lows of the creative journey. Because it usually goes like, okay, leave home with a dream, believe in yourself, try and try, doubt yourself, something good happens, doubt yourself some more.
Yeah.
Like it's so all over the place. And then even when you do get success, that's not the end. Like
Mhm.
there's like going to be more songs about like what comes after the success and like what do you do? Do you want something new now? Or like, yeah, so that's kind of the project I'm leading up to. And I'm just really excited about it because I think all creatives are going to be able to relate and like see themselves in this album and like the
Mhm.
story it tells. So, yeah, I'm pumped.
Nice. It seems like you got a lot of really good momentum going, and I'm excited to hear the full project as are you going to release another single for it, or is like the next release going to be the project?
Yes, we actually have two more
Okay.
singles. So one in November, one December, and then I'm hoping the whole album will be in December as well.
Okay.
Maybe we'll push it to January, but we'll see, I guess.
That's fair. And I mean, honestly, depending on when in December, everybody's kind of in Christmas mode. January makes a little bit of sense, but
That's
it's
true.
honestly at this point, I think by the time like December 14th hits, I think a lot of people are like Christmas music out, especially nowadays that
That's
everybody starts
true.
putting it out in November. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. So,
And I think it's so interesting because I know a lot of people who don't celebrate Christmas.
mhm.
And last year I released my debut album on Christmas, and I just think it's so against the grain to do that. Like,
Right.
why not release an album on Christmas every year? Like, maybe it's a little gift for people who don't celebrate, or like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of wrapping the year up with that and then
Mhm.
starting fresh with new releases next year. So,
Oh yeah, I mean that 100% makes sense as well because when we first started doing like the podcast and stuff, I used to do that like on not Christmas Day, but like New Year's Day. I would just like do a podcast. Like sometimes it would be New Year's Eve, like when people are supposed to be out having fun, and it's like, no, we're gonna sit here, work, and then
I
New
love
Year's.
that.
So I definitely see especially right around Christmas because you know, the early bird gets the worm and, people are home and they got time and always looking for
Yeah.
something to do. So,
And also, I feel that there's this like depressing slump that comes after Christmas, like the 5 days after
yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, what do we do? And I'm like, listen to my album.
Right, right, right. And like, I mean, that's 100. Honestly, I never even really thought about that because it's like you got the 5 days until New Year's Eve. And then it's like, all right, there's this 5 day gap where most people are off anyway. So what do we do?
Right. And
So,
the Christmas music turns off after that.
oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just that's my goal. I want to release it on Christmas.
I hope you do. I know you will. Actually,
Thank
we're going to
you.
put the positive vibes out there. I know you'll get it out there. So
Positive vibes. I love it.
positive vibes. We're all about the vibes over here. That's yeah.
Oh, same for sure.
Actually, it's quite funny because when I started working with some new people I started working with a couple new departments I work for a TV station,
Uh-huh.
and they were telling me how to do something, and they're like, "Yeah, we're all about the vibes over here. So if you feel it, just do it." And I'm like, Was that from the Walter Cronkite book of journalism? Like, is that what we're doing? Is that what they're teaching in journalism school? Is it's all about the vibes over here?
I'm obsessed with that. Wait, is that an actual
No,
quote in the
no,
book?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay.
no, no, no. It's me
It's all
being
about the vibes over here.
it's me being a smartass because they were being a smartass back. So it's like, yeah,
It really is, though. It's all about the vibes and, like, yeah, the energy. If it feels right, it's probably right.
oh yeah.
So it's better than overthinking it, you know?
I have to tell my boss that all the time. It's like because she'll sit there and just like think about it for like one little easy decision that should take 5 minutes to kind of wrap your head around. 3 hours later, I'm still thinking about this. Like, this doesn't feel right. And I'm like, if it doesn't feel right, then just say no. But I don't know. It's funny. So,
Yes. Yeah, it's that gut feeling.
yeah, you just got to ride. You got to go with it. You got to do it. Um,
True.
so kind of looking forward, how's the shows looking for the rest of the year? Are you playing consistently or where are you kind of at there?
Show wise, I think I have a couple writers' rounds in Nashville planned, and then one bigger show in December. But really, I my big goal is to plan like my first real tour
Yeah.
for the new year.
Okay.
Because like I said, my artist project is pretty new. Mostly been in the studio as a writer. So I'm kind of dipping my toes in the touring world for the first time
Nice.
and exploring that and trying to learn how to plan my own. And
Yeah.
it is a little bit daunting, but I'm excited. So
Nice. Hey, it's a new challenge for you. So
yeah.
and if you want to come through Texas and want some recommendations, let me know. I will get
Oh my
you some
gosh.
recommendations. So
Yeah, that would be amazing. Definitely.
I can't speak to like what they pay because I don't ask, but all that fun stuff. So
Yeah. Well, thank you.
yeah, absolutely. We started doing like a little touring showcase thing, and so like we haven't done a full blown tour yet. We've just done a couple of like one off shows, but trying to
Right.
get those books have been an interesting experience. So
Yeah, I think booking is just a whole different game that
yeah,
I don't know. I have to learn exactly how it all works.
right.
Yeah.
I feel that, but I think you're in a really good spot because you got a nice portfolio of music, and I think you shouldn't have a problem booking almost any venue you want. So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I received those vibes. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But because you brought it up a couple times, I want to talk about your song "Austin" that you wrote for Dasha. Um,
Yes.
how did that all come together? Like, were you just in a writer's room, or did you know you were writing for her? How did it kind of all come together?
Yes. So that one, we all knew we were writing for Dasha.
Hmm.
And I had known her at that point for about 6 years,
Okay.
because we actually both went to Belmont together in
Oh, well.
Nashville. So when I was in LA, she was one of the main artists I was writing for.
Mhm.
So I think we had maybe 3 other sessions for her new project because she told me, like, I want to go country.
Yeah.
And so that was at the very beginning of that genre switch for her. And this particular session, I knew the producer as well, but then Adam Wendler was the fourth, and we had never met.
Yeah.
So it was a good mix of like comfortable energy, but then Adam added this like fresh element. And yeah, we all knew we were writing for her project. And honestly, the first few hours we were working on a different idea, and it just wasn't working. Like we were kind of hitting the dead horse, really
Yeah.
trying to make this fit. And finally, Dasha was like, this isn't working. Like, let's just take five. And so we were all just kind of like hanging out and talking at that point. And then Adam, he started playing. He told me afterwards he was trying to play Jolene. He was
Oh,
trying to find the chords for Jolene.
yeah.
But he was using this very interesting picking pattern. And we all were like, oh my gosh, what is that? That sounds amazing. So we all got really excited about this pattern he was playing just like on a whim. And then Dasha started like singing some melodies over it. And the very first thing she sang was, did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? And then like we were all like, oh my gosh, what is this? And we started recording and then started like building the story around just that one line.
Yeah.
So it was just like a magical session. It was one of those that just came out of nowhere. And like, it was after hours of like, oh, like we're trying to make this work.
Hmm.
And then when we finally put our hands up and said, like, okay, maybe it's not happening today, let's just vibe, then like I think we were all just having fun, and that's
Yeah.
when the song actually could become like we birthed it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's
Is,
so cool to see how that kind of happens.
Right. And isn't it always that moment where it's like, okay, we're going to call it for the day, and just like everybody lets their guards down, all the expectations go away, and then those natural,
Yes.
authentic moments start to come out. And
Yeah.
it's always really interesting to kind of watch that unfold.
Yeah, you're so right. The expectation, I think, plays a big part because when you go into a session, it's like you're all expecting to get something.
Yeah.
And creativity isn't like, I think like the muse, it's something magical,
Hmm.
and expectation can sometimes scare it away.
Yeah.
So when you let go of that expectation, it has this freedom to like rush in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just so cool to see. Like
Right.
some of my favorite songs I've written have gotten made in that way. So
Oh yeah. It
yeah.
it almost feels counterproductive in a lot of ways because it's like, especially when you're in writing for somebody and like that's what you're being paid or that's what you're there to do. It
Totally.
just kind of letting those expectations go of like, okay, if we don't come up with the song, we don't come up with the song. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas like every a lot of people's mindset is okay, got to turn it on, we got to focus, we got to do this. But almost the reverse happens where it's like you focus and everything goes away, but you let go of all those expectations and magic.
Exactly. Yes. It was
What?
definitely a big lesson for me
Right?
because you can't always yeah, you just can't always be so married to your first idea. Like you never know what will come in and
Right?
how it'll change your life.
Right? And almost a billion streams later, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
That's crazy. That's so funny. Um, but I don't want to keep you too much longer here. For people to check out your music, shows, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Yes, you can find me everywhere at Bandana Cheyenna. So, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then my artist name is Bandana Cheyenna. And it's Cheyenne like Cheyenne, Wyoming, but
Mhm.
with an A at the end.
Okay,
So,
sweet.
yeah.
I think that's an important thing because people are going to try and put an E in there somewhere that doesn't need to be or something like that. So, but
Yes.
I appreciate your time. One thing before we go, though, what's a piece of advice you have for the young musicians out there?
Ooh. Hmm. I think, huh, if I were to tell my younger self,
There you go. That's a better way to word it.
yeah, I'm like, mm, my younger self, I would want someone young to, it sounds so cheesy, but like embrace, like lean into what makes you you,
Yep.
uniquely you as a writer or artist, because nobody can beat you at being you. Like, no one can be authentically you better than you can.
Yep.
So, if you're trying to copy someone else's method or like journey, like we all have a different journey in this business, and it's so weird. Everyone finds their place in a different way. So really like lean into your unique path and like your unique superpowers. Find out what they are and just embrace them because no one else can do your thing like you.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. It's so
Yes.
important for authenticity and goes back to what we were talking about earlier. In those moments of authenticity is when the real magic happens. So,
Yes, so true.
but
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time. It's been an absolute blast chatting with you. We'll have
Yeah,
to
you too.
we'll have to try and do this again when next time I'm in Nashville or whatever, and really
Yeah,
let it
would
cut
love
loose.
that.
So, um,
Definitely. Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
yeah, absolutely. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch y'all later.